which is what we started yesterday. Who can tell me one thing about direct variation from yesterday? And I can't, my voice is exhausted, so I can't yell over y'all, so we need to listen. CJ.
It comes in 3 different forms.
Okay, what are the 3 different forms?
Table, equation, and graph.
Take a point. Jordan, can you tell me something else?
Point down.
She can't at all. Louder, baby. You can do it.
She's still couldn't hear me.
We're talking.
Sorry, you didn't have to hit me.
So it's a constant relationship is what you're saying? Take a point.
I'm gonna kill my mom.
They're under here. Alright, so can anybody tell me what else is direct variation? It's something very specific. Starts with an S. Slope. Take a point. And what is slope? CJ?
M.
Okay, what else is it? Divided by? Awesome. Both of you take a point. And we also call it the change in y divided by the change in x. Does everybody remember that? So when we're looking at a table, what do we do first? And then? Fantastic. And it has to be constant for it to be a direct variation. So what does the word constant mean? Fantastic. Now, when we are looking at... Can you sit down now? Thanks. When we are looking at an equation, remember k is our slope, and our y-intercept has to be 0. The y-intercept has to be 0. So what other form did we talk about yesterday that this is kind of similar to? What other form did we talk about yesterday that this is similar to? Hey, Christian. Are you using a calculator to add those up? Use a calculator.
Okay.
I know you. Alright, do you guys remember slope-intercept form that we talked about? And this is the intro to slope-intercept. So slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b. But for it to be a direct variation, we cannot have a plus b out here. Does everybody remember this?
Yes, ma'am.
C, no. Okay. Of course you don't. So we opened it up and we said that a direct variation can be written as y equals kx, and the k represents the slope. We had to identify a direct variation and find the constant of variation or the slope. So k is the slope. So our first one was yes, because our y-intercept is 0. Our y-intercept has to be 0 for it to be a direct variation, and we said our k equals 6. Does everyone remember that? Then we said that this one is not because we have a minus 1. It cannot have a plus or minus out there. We said that this one is because our y-intercept is 0 and k is 1/2. And then we solved this one for y, and we said y equals 2x. It is because there's no y-intercept, it's 0, and k equals 2. So that's what we did yesterday. Does everybody remember? Do you want me to help you fold it? Are you sure? Because I can help you. It's no big deal. Okay. Alright, now we are going to finish this, which you were supposed to attempt it for homework, which I'm sure each and every one of you did. Alright, so on E, we had to get y by itself. So what would we do to get y by itself? Divide by 5. Now tell me, what number is in front of x over there? A 1. And what's 1 divided by 5? It is not. So we leave it as a fraction, and it's 1/5 x. That's 1 divided by 5. That's 1 cheeseburger divided amongst 5 people. That is not the same as 5 cheeseburgers for 1 person, right? Those are not the same thing. If I got 5 cheeseburgers, I got a whole lot more to eat than 1/5 of a cheeseburger. Now, is this a direct variation? Why? Because there's a 0. Because there's... Oh, are you okay, Mary? Okay. There's nothing out here. There's no plus or minus. Our y-intercept is 0. And what is k in this one? 1/5. Fantastic. Whoever said that, take a point. Are we ready for the next one? Did anybody get that right last night? Marcus did. That's what I'm talking about. Take a point, Marcus. Mackenzie did. Take a point, Mackenzie. Y'all did? Take a point. You actually divided and got a decimal? That's okay. I just want you to leave it as a fraction. The strips are back here, Miss Morris. I'm sorry. You leave it as a fraction because it's slope, and you just leave slope as a fraction. So if you want to make yourself a note to leave it as a fraction, do that for future stuff. Because we're not afraid of fractions in here. Alright, now F. Who can tell me the first step that they did when they solved this one for Y? We're trying to get everything away from Y, so how would we get... You would add 15x. Because we're trying to get everything away from Y, so we add 15x. That leaves us with 5y equals 15x. And what do we do from here? Divide by 5. Awesome. So y equals 3x. Now, is this a direct variation? Anybody? Yes, it is. Why is it a direct variation?
Because there's no number after x and y is 0.
Yes. What is k?
3.
Fantastic. Now, do you see how this is set equal to 0? Our beginning equation was set equal to 0. If it's y and x set equal to 0, that means it's not. It is a direct variation. If you have a 0 in there, it's a direct variation. That means you do not have a y-intercept. Is everybody with me? Are we sure? All right, what about this guy? Does this one have a 0 in there? No. Can anybody say no other than one person?
No.
No. Okay. So this is not a direct variation. Now, did anybody do those last night and get all 3 right? Fantastic. Take a point. Take a point. I think we're going to start doing, if you did not do your homework, you lose points. I think we're going to. Yes, ma'am?
Was Rosario Kleiser in your 6th period today?
Yes, ma'am?
Okay, thank you. I've got a doctor's excuse here for him, like he's absent today, but he's showing here.
Yeah, he's been here since 0 period, so that's strange. Yes, ma'am?
I got a doctor's excuse for him today. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Alright. So we've done a table. We've done equation. In a table, you make sure it's constant. In an equation, you make sure that there's no y-intercept. Now we're going to talk about a graph. Is everybody ready? So we're just graphing, and then we're doing our assignment, and then we can relax the rest of the day. And then no homework. It's Friday. Yes. Does anybody have money for shirts, by the way? You bought yours? Okay. Did you buy it from me? That's okay. We've sold 41, so that's exciting. If you'd have bought it from me, you could have got bonus points. That's okay. I'll count it. You wouldn't lie to me, would you? You look so offended, like, no, I would never. Alright, so now, we're going to talk about a graph. Now, what is the y-intercept of a direct variation? 0. That means it has to pass through the what?
Y-intercept. X.
You're just saying stuff.
Nope. At least I'm trying.
Are you? Or are you just saying stuff to make me happy so I don't freak out on you?
No. No one's saying.
Okay. What does it pass through if the y-intercept is 0? It starts with an O.
Origin.
Origin! Look at you go. Take a point for your team. Now, everybody put a dot on the origin. So if it is a direct variation, it's going to look like these. It is a straight line because the slope is constant and it passes through the origin. And it's magic. Right, Ethan?
No.
Yes. Yes, like magic. I'm a wizard, Harry. Is there, I am.
Whatever does sound like some wizard magic and things.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Alright, are we ready? Yes, no, maybe? Looking alive? Open this. So the graph of a direct variation is always a line that goes through the what? Origin. Look at us go. And that's spelled O-R-I-G-I-N, not organ, because this is not science class. We're not dissecting any bodies. Okay, that's gross.
Did we?
Yeah.
Somehow,
No, I mean that was the experience.
no, that was something
Um,
with Miss,
I missed Rayleigh or whatever.
Maybe Troy did it by himself.
it was a frog, wasn't it?
No,
Yeah.
It was a chicken leg.
It was a drumstick.
I think it did that at your house.
Oh, me and Manny were in the same class.
Alright, so this says graph each direct variation below. So, what does each direct variation line go through? The origin, okay? So, put a dot on the origin. Now, we use our slope. We graph this just like y'all did last year with slope-intercept form. What is slope? Starts with an R.
Second.
It's,
Run, rise over run. Run over rise. Or
We're not over. Rise divided by run. Rise then run. Fantastic. All three of you take a point because you're close. We just don't say over because we're not cows. So this is a 3. It's a positive 3. So are we going to go up or down? Up. 1, 2, 3. Right 1. Why do we go right 1? Rise then run. And that's a whole number, right? And all whole numbers hang out with a 1. So you go up 3, right 1. We need 3 points, so we can also go down 3 and left 1. Because a negative divided by a negative is a? Look at us go. Connect your dots. And boom, you're done. Now, our slope was a positive line. And we know that positive must increase. We got to climb the mountain to the Valley of Marshmallows. So are we going to climb this mountain or are we going to fall down? Climb it. So we did it right. Look at us go. Are we ready to move on?
Yes.
All right, B as in potato. What is it going to pass through? What's our y-intercept? 0, so it passes through the origin. Now, what is our slope this time? Negative 1/2. So are we going to go up or down? Down 1 and then to the right 2. It's not over because over isn't anything. It's down 1, right 2. We need 3 points, so we can also go up 1, left 2. Now, is our slope positive or negative? So we need to fall down the hill into the lake of chocolate. Is this falling down the hill?
Yes.
Fantastic, we did it right. Does anybody have any questions before we go any further? Yes.
Are we falling?
You tell me. Are we falling right here?
No, are we falling? I said I was falling for.
No, we're not falling to our death. We're falling into heaven of a lake of chocolate.
Hey, I'm an evil person.
Oh, children, good Lord. Alright. C, our third one, is y by itself.
No.
And y has to be by itself. So how would we get it by itself?
Divide by 3.
Look at us go. It's like we've learned something this year.
Whoa.
Now, is 2 divided by 3 a whole number? No, so what do we do?
Divide 2/3.
Leave it as a fraction, 2/3. Both of you take a point. Great job. So 2 divided by 3, x. Now, what does our line always pass through?
The origin.
So put a dot on the origin. What is our slope?
2.
2/3. 2 divided by 3. So we're going to go up or down?
Up. 2.
Up line.
Right 3.
Because it's positive. So go up 2 and then
Right 3.
right 3. Fantastic. We need how many points on our graph? So we're going to go down 2, left 3, and then connect your dots.
Going up.
It is going up. Are we hiking the mountain?
Yes.
Is it a positive slope?
Yes.
So are we supposed to be hiking the mountain?
Yes.
Look at us go.
How many points does it have?
4 days this week, 20. Oh, my nose is bleeding. Yay.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I am. I'm dying. No, I'm okay. I'll go to the restroom in a second. All right, now D. Problem D. Super sorry, children.
Divide by -4.
Divide by -4. Why do we divide by -4?
Because y has to equal 0.
So Y can be by himself. Come on, Mr. Marker. Now, what number is in front of X?
1.
Now, is our answer gonna be -4 or -1/4?
-4.
-1/4. All right. What is our y-intercept? What's our y-intercept? 0. And what's our slope?
-1/4.
-1/4. So are we gonna go up or down?
Down.
Down how many? 1, and then?
Left 4.
Nope. We went down 1,
Left.
right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then up 1, left 4. Now, it's a negative slope, so are we supposed to be falling or climbing?
Falling.
Are we falling?
Yes.
Look at us go. Isn't it magic?
No.
Alright, the last one. Excuse me. So that we must write an equation for the direct variation graph below. So we know we're writing it in y equals kx form. So it's y equals something x. Now we know how to figure out our slope from a graph because that's what we've been practicing. Remember, it's the vertical change, then the horizontal change. So we need to figure out what our rise is and what our run. Now, is this going to be a positive line or a negative line? Positive, because we're hiking. So, how many do we go up and how many do we go to the right?
5/2.
So, what is our fraction going to be?
5 seconds.
2.
Not over.
5 divided by 2.
5 divided by 2. Fantastic. And boom, we're done. That's direct variation. Now, you're going to need your foldable out to do our assignment. Yes, this foldable.
How much questions are in the
75,453.
Really?
Now, your goal is to figure out what potatoes. Your goal is to figure out which one is a direct variation and which one is not. You're going to do all the equations and the table, and then we're going to do these together. Okay? So, we're going to do one equation and one table together, and then you're on your own. Yay. Alright, so for it to be a direct variation, remember it has to equal 0 or not have a y-intercept. So our first one, does that equal 0?
No.
That is not a direct variation. Alright, what about this one?
Yes. Yes.
It is, because it equals 0. Awesome. Great job, guys. Alright, and now we're going to do our table together. Now, on your foldable, what did it say you have to do to be able to find the direct variation using a table? Subtract, then divide. Awesome. Great job. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 4.2 minus negative 8. Now, we have had a little bit of calculator trouble today. I don't know why. It's like y'all don't know how to use them. So I'm going to show you just in case. Now, does everybody see my screen? Yes, give me just a second. I'm typing 4.2. I'm typing minus a negative 2.8. I'm hitting equals. So what is my change here?
7.
Fantastic. See you too. Now it's negative 11.2 minus 4.2. Blair. Negative 11.2 minus 4.2. Come on, Blair, get it together. I don't know what's happening up here, guys. And then I hit equals. So what's my change there? Look at us go. Now we're going to do our x's. So we're going to do, it's on, first period's on the bottom. 3 minus a negative 2. Ah, Blair. That's 5. 3 minus negative 2 is 5. And then what's 8 minus 3? Okay. I know it's Friday and we're tired, but we can do this. Alright, so we have to subtract, then what do we have to do? Divide. So, 7 divided by 5 is 1.4. And then negative 15.4 divided by 5, Blair, is negative 3.8. Are those the same?
No.
Is this a direct variation? Remember, they have to be the same. Now, you have to work and finish the rest without me. And we're going to do the word problems together. We're turning this in, so I suggest most of you, well, all of you, actually do it for once. Alright, let's look at our word problems. Now, remember, for it to be a direct variation, it has to be constant. That means it has to be the same the whole time. So, you go to the fair and pay $5 for admission and then 50 cents per ride. What do you think that means?
You go to the fair and pay $5
I'm so glad you can read.
You divide. And you waste money just to ride.
Now, is it going to be the same for each person?
Yes. No.
What?
Wait. I don't know.
Well, alright, what if Allie wants to ride 10 rides and only want to ride 4? Are we going to pay the same amount?
Oh, no.
What if Mackenzie wants to ride 4, Allie wants to ride 5, and you want to ride 6? Is that the same amount that we're paying?
No.
So is this a direct variation?
No.
No, because we're not paying the same amount. Now, you go to the movies and you buy tickets for $10.50 each.
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
Everybody.
We're all paying the same amount. That's it. That's all you do.
I'm done.
Now, if you think you got everything right, if you're done, put your name on it, put it in the tray.